Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scariest Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace. This is Adam Diaz, and
She's pausing for no reason on the intro.
because you're
Fun
clearing
stuff.
out your throat.
I wooed. I had to clear my throat. It's a common thing. I apologize.
And so this is our Storytime episodes, and we're here to read you homegrown horrors. Adam, tell us what those are.
A homegrown horror is a story that you have sent us, and we appreciate that, by the way. And it's something that's paranormal, spooky, spiritual, sometimes coincidental, sometimes true crime that has happened to you, a friend, a family member, maybe a loved one, and you want to share that story with us or with the world. So let us know if you have a story like that by emailing storytime@scarish.com. You can also go to facebook.com/scarishpodcast and email or message us that way, or any of our various social medias. You can find them all at scarish.com. You can also go to the website scarish.com and click on contact us. Let us know if you would like us to share your story. If you have not let us know, we will most likely err on the side of caution. And if you do not want us to share your story, let us know, because we'll know that you're sending us something you'd like us to read right away and get back to you. So yeah, that is what a homegrown horror is. So I think I took both of them. We typically split that up, but that's okay. So we have 4 that we're going to be reading tonight, 2 mediums, 1 short, 1 long, and I'm not sure who's going to be going first. So Robin, is it you or is it me?
You can go first.
Okay, I will go first then. So the first homegrown horror we have subject is my third homegrown horror. So pretty good. Glad to see we're getting follow-up. And it starts out like this. Hi, Robin and Adam. Hello. You can read this on the podcast if you want to. See, they followed amazing instructions and just decided to lead out with letting us know that we can go ahead and read, which is amazing. It goes on to say, my name is Abby. This is my third homegrown horror email. The last story I sent you, I don't know how and why I sent it. I just could not sleep that morning and started reminiscing my younger days. My mind wasn't on a right side. It just happened, and when you read it on the live stream, I was cringing my whole life. With that out of the way, this is how my story goes. At around March 2015, my mother was hospitalized because of a motorcycle accident. That's super sad. My mother, for now has retired, has been riding a motorcycle to her work for 20 plus years, and this was her worst accident.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's really scary. That day, my mother had an overtime hour. She's usually already on her way home around 12 p.m. and arrived at 1 a.m., and I always wait for her to come home. It was already 3 a.m., but she hadn't arrived yet. I don't have any negative thoughts about it. So you're assuming positive things about it. I think that's a good place to have your mind.
Yeah.
But then around 4 a.m., I got a call from a taxi driver that my mom just had an accident. I won't give you the details about her injury, but all I can say is she's really, really, really lucky that she survived.
Wow.
After being taken to the hospital, the doctor said that she needed surgery, so all of the family agreed. Sorry for the long backstory, but here's the paranormal stuff. When the surgery day arrived, I helped the nurse bring my mom to the surgical building. And this is what my mom said after she was out of the hospital. On my way to the surgical building, I saw 2 guys riding a scooter. The way to the surgical building is by walking an open hallway. When I entered the surgery room, I saw your dad pushing my cart. My dad passed away in 2012, and I thought it was you, so I didn't think much about it. Thank God the surgery was a success, and she's alive right now. Sorry for the long story on my broken English. Congrats for 2 years anniversary. I've just been a fan since last year, but I really think that your podcast is a breath of fresh air. Thank you so much for creating this podcast. Keep on creeping on, and I'll wait around for your 1,000th episode celebration. Smiley face.
That's cute.
Thank you so much for sending that in, Abby. We appreciate that. We're glad to hear that your mom is okay.
Yeah.
Even though motorcycle accidents are quite scary. My brother got into a motorcycle accident when he was younger as well. So it is definitely something that you're always a little bit worried about if you're either riding one or know someone who's riding a motorcycle. So it's really crazy when you see someone prior to your surgery that has been passed away for so long. But perhaps it was drug induced, because I know right before they wheel you in, they have you doped up on some stuff. So maybe that was the case, or maybe it was a guardian angel like looking out for her. So
Cool. Sounds good.
right on. So let's take a break and look over into stream chat, see how you folks are doing tonight. Hopefully. There it goes. Cool. Are you going to check your stream chat?
Okay.
I guess this is the Adam show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. I'm going to scroll to the top and see what we got.
Looks like you have a whole bunch. I don't have a whole bunch. A lot of people saying hi. I'm what's for dinner highlighted message and said, Adam, pants or no pants?
Pants. Wearing pants today.
You gotta lift your leg all the way up.
It's like
gotta be a
usually, where's the
skank.
area? Okay, right.
Gotta put your foot up into the air.
Why can't I get? It's not working. Okay, yeah, I'm wearing pants. Just take my word for it. So Vivian was the first person in both channels. Vivian let out with hi. Alexander said yo, and then I'm what's for dinner was the first person over there in Twitch. Lucy is also joining us saying yo dogs. Alex said I don't think I've ever been this early before. Then there was some chit chat about how everyone's doing. It looks like everyone's doing well. Vivian said that it was PJ Day at her school, so that's pretty
cute.
cool.
Emanon says they subscribed again, but it didn't say anything on the screen, and it did the same thing last month. I know Laura Ann was dealing with that for a while. Whenever they subscribed, like it wouldn't pop up and stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes it pops up in the chat, or your privacy settings are preventing it from sharing for whatever reason. So check that out and see if that's the case. Otherwise, I would just hit up Twitch support and just let them know, like, hey, I subscribed, but it didn't pop up. We do have one that, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you for subscribing for the 3rd month. Also, shout out to Mondo Alba, who resubscribed for the 5th month in a row. That one was done right before we went live, so we'll go ahead and rerun that thing too. It didn't do it correctly. Shout out to you, D.E. Metis, who followed us just now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to everyone who supports us. We love all of you. Miss Deezy just resubscribed for the 18th month in a row. Says, ahoy, ahoy. What up?
Ahoy, hoy.
Thank you so much for resubscribing, Miss Deezy. We love you. We sincerely do.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed all the topics that we did this week for the regular episode. I had lots of fun last night researching and doing all that stuff for it.
I thought it was really fun. I really enjoy cryptid super much.
But your topic was super duper scary. I don't
know.
know. Like,
it wound up being way scarier than I thought it would be, because I figured like everyone's seen this movie already. No one's going to be scared. But like the true stuff, or like the true stuff that the family said was definitely really stinking creepy. So
I mean, sometimes stranger than fiction.
Yeah, sometimes. It looks like McShaken-Bake's health is really low, down to 1,500, I think, 50 hit points, which means that a little bit over $7.50 will dethrone McShaken-Bake.
And he's not
as
here to
our
defend
stream
himself.
boss, and apparently he is not currently here to defend himself. Vivian asked if we have watched Shia LaBeouf. No. Our apologies. Alexander's trying to get some clarification on that. I'll let Vivian sort that out. Taylin is also here. Shout out to Snare Dumb,
so much,
who just subscribed using their Twitch Prime, taking that money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket and stuffing it into ours. Thank you for your first sub. We appreciate you.
I'm What's for Dinner said they've never seen The Conjuring.
You should watch it. It's actually a really good movie.
It's probably my favorite. It's one that we've watched multiple times because it's legitimately scary and it's well filmed. I think it's well written. And there's just parts of it that are absolutely terrifying. The hands coming out of the darkness freak me out.
Yeah, the clap game is definitely super scary. I have someone I work with who was raised in Hawaii, and you guys say written the same way, where you hit both T's, like writ-tin.
Really?
Yeah, because I like slur over. I'm like written. So
I always sounded like British.
I asked the person that works there, giving a presentation afterwards. I was like, "Are you from Hawaii?" And they're like, "Yeah, I am." How do you know that? I was like, "Because you say written." And they're like, oh, okay. So, yeah, I'm weird. Apologies.
All right.
Thank you to Anna for joining us over there on YouTube as well.
Aw, I'm What's for Dinner says, I usually just watch movies with I Am Beef Trainer, and she does not do horror. Yeah, it's definitely scary. So
that's definitely a horror movie.
It's definitely a horror movie. It's not like watching Haunting at Hill House, where it's not really a horror show.
It can be scary, but it's just more like an interesting family study, family drama. Yeah.
With ghosts interspersed. Are you got any more? I'm done.
I got plenty. Taylin said, I am very ill and sad today, so this live is making me happy. We're very happy that we're making you happy, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Lady M, for donating 500 bits.
That is amazing of you. 250 hit points, it appears, is all that is left for... now it says Ken Bake. That's all that's left up there. There's no McShake anymore. But yeah, Taylin, I'm also a little bit under the weather. It was really bad in my voice last night, so that sucked.
Your voice is always like that.
Thanks. Anna said, it's been forever since I've been to a live stream. Glad to be back. We're glad to have you back.
Thank you so
Mondo
much,
Alba
Mondo.
has donated 499 bits and has become the new stream boss with 1,496 hit points. We'll see how long it lasts.
That's awesome.
Congratulations, Mondo Alba, for becoming the top of the mountain and standing on the back of Lady M, who definitely hacked out a big chunk of McShake and Bake before you stole the kill. But hey, I tip my cap to you. All right.
Miss Deezy said we should watch The Outsider on HBO. I know Spooky Mom was watching it earlier.
Yeah, she totally was.
So I definitely want to check it out. I am Beef Drainer says, in my defense, my sister traumatized me at 4 years of age. And I'm West Drainer said it was Killer Clowns from Outer Space that ruined her.
Oh, no. Killer Clowns, when you watch it as an adult, you're like, oh, this movie's funny. But when you watch it as a kid, it was terrifying. It made you just hate silly straws, which were just the funnest thing ever back then.
What's wrong with silly straws?
You gotta watch the movie.
Does he suck brains out with it?
You'll watch it and you'll understand. Anna said, I'm sorry you're ill and sad, Talon. You've got good ghosty vibes coming your way now. Alexander said, oh no, Talon, I hope you feel better soon, lovely. Vivian said, yeah, I've had this nasty cold for about 2 weeks now, too.
Adam's got bronchitis.
I do have bronchitis, which sucks. But I also have medicine to get me better. Honestly, like I usually get a cold that lasts for like 3 weeks to a month, and then I start getting better, and then I get a cough, and I wind up with an upper respiratory infection. But like I didn't get a cold at all this year. Like I got a little bit of a sniffle, it went away. I've had a cough a little bit, so I went to the doctor after I don't know.
Well, the
2-3
first question
weeks.
was like, have you traveled internationally?
Yeah, they're like, if you have the coronavirus, you better fucking tell us you have the coronavirus.
Like, we have been traveling.
I was like, Mexico.
It's just Mexico.
I was like, yep. They're like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, they listened to me and they're like, yeah, you got bronchitis. So sucks, but hey, the show must go on.
Chicka Chicka Boom Boom says, just finished listening to your last episode. My mind is blown. I was absolutely mind blown when Adam was talking about that haunting. It's just such a good...
I really think that it's just like time. It's like when you're like laying down a blanket and it like rolls back up on itself, and at some point like it starts to touch. Like I think time just touches there from different spots. Like in the timeline.
Well, when you were saying with the two dudes, I was just like, what?
I didn't know if you were going to get it because I was like looking at you and just kind of staring blankly at me. And then I was like, I only have a few more words left in this sentence. And then it was like, pop. And I saw the light go off. I was like, yay, this will make for a really good reaction on the podcast.
It's so crazy.
Alexander said, no major suckage in regards to how Talon's feeling.
Lunabin says, I want ice cream, y'all, but I also need to lose weight. That's how I feel. I want pastries, but I also want to lose weight. Yep. I want soda and ice cream and all the food and fried chicken.
I want the tacos, but I also don't want to be a giant marshmallow. I don't want to be a blueberry, as our niece calls me. Talon said, thank you for the ghost vibes. Izzy says, woohoo, caught another live stream. Vivian says, question of the week. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Job, location, family, financial situation, etc.
I'm going to be 40, so hopefully with kids and a career. Done with school, probably.
Shout out to Nate and C, who just subscribed for the fourth month in a row, making it their 12th month overall. Congratulations for your 12 months.
That's a huge chunk out of Mondo's HP right there.
It did, because that's, I think, 300 HP. Yeah, 300 HP for a subscription. So that also, all the people subscribing helped take down McShake and Bake, and Mondo Alba was just there to push him over. I am so in awe of you.
Snaredum says, I'm a behavior therapist and I work with little kids. I get sick every other week.
Oh,
it's
no.
So bad.
That is terrible.
But feel better.
Oh, thank you. For me, the where do you see yourself in 10 years? Job, location, family, financial situation. I'll just go with job, standing at the top of a media empire created by a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Location, wherever Robin is. Family, hopefully kids. Financial situation, wealthy beyond my wildest dreams. That's where I'd like to see myself. This is my vision board for you folks, so let's just put that out there in the universe and hopefully it happens.
He wants to be super famous.
I have no interest in fame. Robin's totally full of shit. I just want to be rich.
He wants those F's, fame and fortune.
I just want the fortune. I don't need the fame whatsoever. Izzy says, hi, Adam and Robin. What up, Izzy? Thank you for joining us. Sakura says, woo!
Lunabin says, today's episode made me think of Skinwalker Ranch.
We covered that one, but...
We did cover that
I took some shit because apparently I wasn't impressed enough with it.
What?
Like, I wasn't, like, mind blown by it. And, like, some people, like, commented and, like, sent messages like, Adam just seems so blasé about this topic. I was like, oh, well, sorry. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention during it. My bad.
Maybe.
Miss Deezy has redeemed Ask a Question. It says, the outsider-based question, what did your parents tell you was going on, or what did your parents tell you was going to get you if you didn't behave, like chupacabra, etc.? Good question.
My parents just told me weird things like if you whistle at night, you're going to invite ghosts in, or like if you walk alone at night, ghosts are going to get you, or demons are going to get you. It's just weird things like that.
I was just generally threatened with spankings. I didn't really have a boogeyman my parents threatened me with, but I have a friend. He's kind of like a cousin, but I don't think we were actually related. He was like 2 or 3 years younger than me, and they used to tell him that a statue of a Native American that he was scared of would come to get him. And they nicknamed him Indy, like after Indiana Jones. And they'd be like, Indy will come to get you if you don't stop that. And he would just run like wherever he was supposed to go immediately and stop misbehaving. So that's the one I remember, but it wasn't like targeted at me. My dad also had a werewolf mask he'd put on and scare the shit out of me with. I remember always being terrified until I finally realized it was my dad in that thing and he's an asshole.
Wow. Lady M said, my parents always just told me if I got kidnapped, I'd get returned.
That's funny.
Emanon says, same here, Adam. So,
Alexander said 10 years. God, I have no idea. I've recently become single, so hopefully happy and in a relationship. Make sure those two things are combined because you don't want to be sad in a relationship. It's better to be alone.
Mondo Alba says they're thinking about starting keto, but gonna wait after Valentine's Day, which is their niece's birthday, at a pizza place. I would totally wait too. Yeah. All them carbs.
Smart move.
But keto's scary because it's like, if you do it wrong, your body, bad things could happen to your body. Like,
just got to be careful with it. Just make sure you take it seriously and you do it right.
I don't know.
Vivian says, what's up, bitches? Just now joining us, which is a great way to put it. Alexander said, time to put you two beauties on my big screen. Oh my God, are we on the big screen? Is this big right now? Or am I miming on a small phone? It's hard to tell.
What?
Miranda said, Adam, dude, you are a freaking trooper. Thank you. You knew I wasn't going to not do the show. Hi, guys. I'm at the hair salon. I'm making everyone listen. New fans, yo,
oh
LOL.
My F. No.
We sincerely apologize to everyone at the hair salon who has to listen to this, but hopefully we give you some interesting stories.
Lunabin says, also in 10 years, I hope to be working more specifically to help LGBT youth, which is awesome.
That is awesome.
Or working on drag full time. That would be so cool. You're so good at it. You're so talented. You should just do it. I also hope to be living on my own and dating someone. Oh, cute.
Nice.
Nice goals.
Anna said, we Midwestern accents slur letters and sounds together so much. The one that I hate the most, that I do the most often, is instead of saying for, I say fur. And you'll probably hear it.
Stop talking to Siri.
You'll probably hear it if you listen to the show close enough. People are giving shout outs to folks joining. Anna says, come here, Mir.
Oh my God. Luna Bin says, my parents told me that Jesus would be sad if I misbehaved.
That's a pretty good one.
Catholic kid props.
Oh no. Miranda said saloon, not salon. So that's, I don't know. Maybe you guys can take a drink every time we say something scary. How about that?
Okay. You're not going to get drunk.
Yeah, that's true. Take a drink every time I adjust my tie or clear my throat.
I'm going to read my next story.
So you're just going to go ahead and
because
jump straight into it?
We're just getting so much chat and it's going to keep going. So I'm going to go into the next story.
Give it that amazing OG original transition.
All right. So this next email is titled, You Can Read This.
Just take it over again.
This next email is titled, You Can Read This on the Pod.
Awesome.
Which is solid.
Solid subject. Again.
It goes, hey, Adam and Robin. Hello.
Hello.
That's us. I've been listening to you guys since episode 10. What? That's crazy. That's like super early episodes. And y'all have been super awesome. For the most part, I have been one of your ghost listeners, but now I have a story I'd like to share with you. When I was about 4 or 5, I remember being in the bathroom, and right when I was about to walk out, I decided to turn the light off before I even opened the door.
Bad move. I never do that when I was a kid.
I do that when I'm coming in from the garage now.
You turn off the light.
I turn off the light before I open the door, and sometimes I think, like, what if this door doesn't fucking open? What if I'm stuck out here? Or what if the door is locked and I can't get back in? Or it'll intimidate them.
Molded by it, and they'll freak out because they don't want their back broken. Just saying.
It was totally dark, and I grabbed the doorknob. Somehow, it was locked, even though I kept trying to unlock it. I was banging on the door, freaking out, and then I turned around and saw an outline of a bull running at me. What was strange, besides the bull, was the fact that the outline was a spectrum of color, like a rainbow, and it kept charging at me, and after lots of screaming, my mother just opened the door, and immediately everything was back to normal. I hugged her, and even though I was so young, I could tell she was confused. Well, that's my story. Hope y'all liked it. Looking back at it, there was probably nothing real about it, and I probably just had an overactive imagination. What was real, though, was the fear. Hope
Yeah.
this reaches you in good spirits, Zane. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Yeah.
As a kid, I think one thing could be kids just have
Overactive imagination.
they do have overactive
imaginations.
they have overactive imaginations, but they could also have like an easier time at seeing things they shouldn't be seeing.
'Cause they don't doubt things as much.
Yeah, you know.
They haven't closed their third eye
It's like
yet.
when animals see ghosts. Okay.
Or sense things like
sense
that.
things, you know.
I think if anyone saw a bull charging them in a bathroom that was colored like a myriad of rainbows, it would be pretty terrifying, if not also majestically beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to be locked in a bathroom in the middle of the darkness with
I don't want
a
to
bull
be
either.
I don't want to be locked in a bathroom, period.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not fun times.
No, and sometimes you just don't want to be locked in anywhere at all.
Yeah.
Definitely not in the dark. It's just sometimes, I mean all the time. I don't want to be locked up somewhere I don't want to be.
I would get claustrophobic getting locked in a
I
bathroom.
would be claustrophobic like immediately.
Well, and then the lights are off too, so it's just like even worse.
It's like if the lock broke within 10 seconds, I'm punching holes in the wall to breathe. That's how freaked out I get with that. So I think you handled it pretty well, especially for a 4 or 5-year-old. So shout out to you. All right, we'll look at stream chat just a little bit more, or should I just jump into my third email right away since that was pretty short? I do have more stream chat to get to.
Yeah, you can read your stream chat.
Okay, I'll just do some more stream chat. So Anna says also, yeah, no equals no, no, yeah equals yes. I deliberately told people they have to fucking stop doing that around me because it was so annoying. Probably is probably, which is totally true. Izzy said, does this saloon have double doors? Which is an excellent question for any saloon.
Did we go to the saloon that we went to? Did it have double doors, or was it just a door that we walked into?
The one in
that ghost town.
Yeah, I think it did have double doors.
Cute.
So I saw those pictures today, actually. I was like going through my cover photos.
When we were skinny?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We're so hot. You guys wouldn't even fucking know what to do with yourself. We're still that hot. Izzy said, LMAO, I was thinking that too, in regards to something said earlier. Anna says to ASB Bunny, have you heard the new remake version of that? I love that. It makes me laugh every time. Not sure what is being talked about, so I clearly missed one. Oh, ain't nobody got time for that, which is hilarious. Man, I don't want to hear the remix of that. Anna says that it fucks. Oh, God. Just picturing that lady. I don't want to see that. Izzy says, thanks for reading my cow story on the podcast. You are welcome.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, so okay, so going through that. Sorry, I'm reading. This is like Ashley Meow Meow says, my mom used to tell me that the chupacabras lived in our tree and he'll get mad if I cried. I'm What's for Dinner said, growing up Catholic, I was told the devil would get me. Solid.
That's pretty much like your consequence no matter what when you're Catholic.
I'm Beef Trainer says, Adam, I get teased by I'm What's for Dinner because I have the Wisconsin accent mixed with Ohio.
Wisconsin? Ohio's not that bad. I don't really think Wisconsin's that bad either. I mean, it is very much like Chicago, but I'm very biased. I'm from there, so. Do you say wash? I can't forgive you if you say wash.
What the fuck is that?
Instead of wash. Instead of wash,
There's
people
no
put an R in there
there
and they say wash. And my grandma says it all the time, so we'd always correct her. We're like, it's wash. She's like, you mean wash? And we're like, no, asshole, wash. Like, it's not hard to say it right. Vivian said, have you all seen the new Netflix series Lock and Key? It is so good.
So some people say it's like really kind of like that one show,
Haunting of Hill House?
Unfortunate.
Oh, a series of unfortunate events.
And then that it's more for kids, a little bit more kid oriented, which is why I haven't hit that play button yet, because I'm just like, do I want to? So I'm just holding back on Lock and Key a little bit. I don't know, the trailer was weird.
I'm still waiting as well. Izzy asked, what is it about? I'll scroll down here to get the answer. Anna says, Mom told the story of Talipo. I think it's pronounced Talipo. I've actually read that story and I've thought about covering it, but it's like there's not a lot surrounding Talipo or Talipo except for that story, like the bedtime story. So
that's
I'll
why
probably
we just read it and
I'm just gonna
put
do
it in a little Patreon content.
I'm just going to do a reading for Patreons. Exactly what I was going to say.
Lunabin says, everyone pretends that Jersey people have an accent, but then in New Jersey, everyone here thinks I have my own specific accent somehow.
That's weird.
Mondo Alba says, El Kukui was my parents' scare tactic.
The boogeyman. Talon said, also, the topic this week was based in my little home of Rhode Island, so represent. What up, Rhode Island?
Miss Zilla says, I'm from Connecticut and get told I have an accent all the time. I wonder what a Connecticut accent sounds like. When you think of accents like from the South, you can hear a Southern accent, you know? When you think of people saying Californians have accents, you can hear Californian accents.
Kind of. I definitely hear the Boston accent because of that fucking commercial for the Hyundai.
Oh my God, he loves that commercial.
I love that. Chris, stop being a smarty pants, okay? Who's got smart park? This is a ghost car. I love that commercial beyond. It's like my favorite commercial of all time at this point. Look at this. Anna even put in pronunciation, pronounced with a U.S. Southern accent, Talipo. Good to know.
Southern accent. You gotta say it with a Southern accent.
I can't. I literally was thinking when you were talking about a Southern accent that it's just not coming to my brain right now.
Really?
Yeah, do a Southern accent and I'll try and imitate it.
I don't know how to do a Southern accent.
Y'all. How's that?
Y'all? I don't know. Fuck. When I say y'all, I say y'all like y'all. Okay. I also have a mug at work that says, hey, y'all.
She keeps buying these mugs at work, man. Vivian
right.
said, I was a well-behaved child and I didn't want to find out what would get me if I wasn't. When I did misbehave, my mom would count to 3 and I would usually cave it around 2. That's hilarious.
Lots of people talking about vacuuming. Ashley Meow says,
God.
I'm only afraid of aliens abducting me.
Vivian said, hi, everyone at the saloon. The Scariest podcast has become a drinking game. Let's be real. It was only a matter of time. Izzy said, was it a fabulous bowl in response to the story that you read? And Vale, I don't say your first name because I don't want to say it wrong, but Vale said, love the podcast. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much.
I'm Beef Trainer says, I can't stand Warsh.
Warsh is rough, man.
What other words? Like when people say you got to be more Pacific or, God.
If any political candidate would pass a bill into law where when people say a specific set of words that can be voted upon by the general population, you were allowed to throat punch them, I would vote for them regardless of political affiliation because I would just be 100% down like a clown Charlie Brown. Vivian said, my rating might be a little biased since I'm a child, but it's like Stranger Things, or at least gives the same vibes. It's less paranormal, more on the magical side, about a house full of magical keys that all do crazy and dangerous things, and a woman trying to take them. That's a really good synopsis. I kind of want to watch it now.
Lady M says, Robin, my friend said it's like a Goosebumps version for adults. She binged Lock and Key in a day and said it was so good.
Every time I hear for adults, I'm like, so there's sexy times in it.
It's about children.
When
There's
you
no
say
sexy
for
times.
adults, it just like triggers like titties in my brain. I'm sorry. I'm trying to retrain myself. I'm just letting everyone know.
Okay.
If you say for adults, it's just, I don't know. The way you say it.
Yeah, like the AVNs. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah.
No, it's like if you're taking out a board game, you're like, it's like Monopoly for adults.
Oh, my God.
The first thing I think is like, oh, boardwalk and titties. So
Boardwalk? What the? Okay, whatever.
my grandmother, native Kentuckian, says library instead of library. That's another one. Or what is it? Foliage instead of foliage. That one drives me crazy too.
Let's see. The Bush administration was a long 8 years simply because of my GF calling him Boosh all the time.
Oh, Boosh. That's funny.
GF is short for grandfather, not girlfriend. So,
right on.
Okay.
Lucy says, the only thing my parents would say to scare me straight was, quote, I'm getting the chancla. That is terrifying. That is some serious business right there.
Ms. Zilla says, pretty much I have a combo New York, Boston, New Jersey, and some Minnesota because I grew up with people from
Minnesota. Oh, shit, man. That's an amazing accent. I want to hear it. Just record yourself saying stuff and send it to us.
I loved Sam's video that she posted on our Facebook group. Yeah, and she put all the pronunciations of these different words, and it was great. And we totally enjoy it. Stuff like that.
I really want to know how I'm supposed to say stuff.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you guys want to post videos like that on the Facebook group, they're great.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to say names in the chat if I am not going to say them right. So I'll pick a part of your name because I don't want to say it wrong. I'll just say the part I think I'm saying right instead.
Glitch says, stop moking the South, Adam. You heard my accent.
That's true, I have. Vivian said, it's just some crude language but dark topics. But no, Adam, no boobies. Well, a bummer, but I will still watch it.
Glitch says, have you all seen the new pins? I just posted the pre-order link on our Facebook, and Twitter. I haven't posted it to Instagram yet. I'll probably post it tomorrow. But
it is literally my favorite design.
Yeah, so
ever.
we have new hard enamel pins.
It's the logo for the channel
for the
right
Twitch
now. That's
for the
how
Twitch
much
channel.
I changed
YouTube.
it immediately. So I think I updated the YouTube one as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
If not, then I will because it's fucking toit.
Yeah, so that icon is going to be a new hard enamel pin. I posted pictures of it.
Anna said, you have a wonderful accent, Glitch. I thought that was just a barbarian accent. That's on me.
And so if you guys want to pre-order it, it's a pre-order price right now. And it's a lot, not a lot bigger. It's probably almost 50% bigger than the first round of pins. Because the first round of pins were 1.25 inches. And now these are, oh no, they're not 50%. I'm not good at math. These are 1.5 inches long. Okay, they're big.
She almost got them bigger.
I almost got them bigger, but then we were like measuring them and thinking how it would fit on a lapel.
On a lanyard especially.
Yeah, and it's too big. So
I was like, I don't want our pins to be at some point a murder weapon in some case.
Yeah, because the horns are really pointy. But they're really cute. I really like them. They're going to be 1.5 inches, hard enamel. It's going to be super gear. I'm so excited to have a little collection of scary-ish pins. You know what I mean? It'll be super fun.
Glitch is posting the link because Glitch is amazing. Tickles, my bad. And someone asked if we could post the link.
Tentacles?
Get out of here. Someone asked if we could post the link in Discord. We absolutely can, and we'll do so right after the show.
Let's see. Dim Sunny says when people say library instead of library.
That one's, I think it's just because you don't understand the spelling of the word. You're just missing an R.
Well,
it probably got put into wash on accident.
Oh my F. When people say February, that bothers me sometimes. I say February.
Instead of February.
Yeah, it's February. It's spelt February.
How do you spell Wednesday?
Wednesday. Miss Easy said supposedly. Yes, that's the word I was trying to think of earlier. Supposedly.
There's an episode of
Friends.
Letterkenny where they go over all the things that people say incorrectly, like espresso instead of espresso.
I'm Beef Trainer says super sad face for library.
We're going through a bunch of them now. These are so good.
Oh,
all right.
God.
I still got to read my next email, and then we're going to stop and listen to more of these because I couldn't agree more. All right, so I'm going to mark that. We're going to get into our next scary, hopefully, story of the show. You ready? Ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. So I'm going to move on to my second email of the show, the third overall, and the second to last, my final. Hopefully that's enough statistics for you so I can read this fucking thing. This one's subject is, this can be read on the podcast. That's like 3 for 3. You guys are fucking crushing it.
Nice.
And it starts out.
Hashtag Krillin' it.
Hashtag. I like how you make references to things that you do not on the show that no one will understand.
But you understand.
I do understand, but everyone else is like, what the fuck is she talking about? So Robin, in a group chat that we were in, put hashtag killing it to someone who's killing it. By the way, that's Ralph because he's doing some like cosplay design stuff now.
Yeah, he's starting to,
and he's
to make
really
cosplay
fucking
props.
good at it.
Yeah, he made that crow guy from My Hero Academia. I forget what his name is, and I drew him too. That's the most annoying part. But he made the whole mask, and he made it so like the jaw moves when he talks. It's freaking sweet.
Shout out to Dim Sunny who just donated 100 bits. Said, I just want to see the health bar go down. And they did. 200 HP was just drained off of Mondo Alba. 996 remains. That's $5, folks.
Yeah, our friend Ralph is doing a whole bunch of cosplay stuff.
It's very talented.
He's super talented. And so I was just like, hashtag killing it. And then I was like, oh my God, Krillin. So
she put hashtag
and
Krillin
put like a gif of Krillin in there. I just love Krillin, and I love characters like him and Chaozu. Adam hates it so much.
I don't hate Krillin. Chaozu creeps me the fuck out because he's a tiny little clown.
He's cute.
He literally is a clown if it was shrunk down, which rhymes, but it's scary shit. I like that we got through the fucking subject on this email before we completely derailed. Just saying. Jessie has joined us, which is amazing. Thank you for joining us,
Thank
Jessie.
you so
Over
much.
in YouTube, she's in my chat. What's up? All right, now I'm actually going to read this email. It says, "Hi, my name's Alexander from Norway." What up, Alexander from Norway?
What up?
Just so you know, I'm picturing you as Alexander Skarsgård, and I am immediately turned on right now.
Oh my God. Keep it in your pants.
I apologize about my English grammar in advance. It's not my first language, but I trust that it's readable. Smiley face. You're doing so well so far. My girlfriend showed me your podcast. Shout out to your girlfriend. And since then, we listen to it as often as we can before bed. Why would you do that to yourself? I hope you will find my story as interesting and scary as I have a story that has bothered me for years. If you have an answer to it, please let me know. Anyways, here it is. All right, so everyone listen to this as if we were responding to Alexander to let him know what happened here, because I'm really intrigued right now and I want to know what happened. It all started with the earliest memory I have when I was very little. We lived in an old house. My parents had just purchased it and started decorating and fixing it. One night, I had trouble sleeping, so my mom laid down with me till I fell asleep.
This is Haunting at Hill House.
I know, it's the first place my head went to. My mom fell asleep with me also that night. In the middle of the night, I had a nightmare about someone tickling my mom's foot. I immediately woke up and realized very quickly that my foot was still getting tickled.
No fucking way. And there was no one there.
I looked down and saw a dark hand holding around my foot. Scared out of my mind, I pulled my foot up as quickly as I could and hid under my covers and laid there in shock.
That'll protect you.
Awake for the rest of the night. Blankets are impenetrable barriers
really are.
that monsters cannot get through. We all know this. A few years later, I started having these nightmares. They'd start out with me being outside the house approximately at 4 or 5 in the morning, being tickled out of my mind. Somehow I get free and start running down the street of my neighborhood. When I've run to the bottom of the street, I look behind me and see a very blurry and dark figure chasing me. I was about 2 meters tall and it was about 2 meters tall, so around 6 feet, and wearing a bowler hat. Of course it's wearing a bowler hat, the hat of demons and ghosts. I kept running, knocking on every house on my way, but no one ever answered. The figure was closing in on me due to me spending time looking for help, and when I got to the last house of the neighborhood, I knocked on the door and still no answer. I turned around to make my way back, and he was right there, 10 feet behind me. Panicking, I ran off to a shortcut leading back home to my house. When I finally reached my house, I could see our front door was open and the lights were on, and my mom was vacuuming the floor.
What?
I screamed for help at the top of my lungs and no reaction. I ran in and could see a tilted chair lying on the floor. I hide behind it, facing the door, and he's there, walking inside. My mom says, "Here he is," and he grabs me and tickles me to death, and then I would wake up.
That's such a weird
Holy
dream.
shit. I never thought tickles could be this frightening.
Tentacles.
When I wake, which is weird because we made the tentacles joke earlier, like literally earlier today. So when I wake up, I'm out of breath and could feel everything that happened in the dream. I had this dream every night for 6 years. The most scary thing about this is that I knew that I was dreaming, but I couldn't move differently or do anything that was supposed to happen, that wasn't supposed to happen in that dream. I will say, if you were being violently tickled and assaulted, maybe it led to just amazing six-pack abs, because usually that just really works out your core. So hopefully that happened. It was a side effect of your night terrors for 6 years.
It's funny because I was just talking to you about the whole abs hurting thing the other day, because I was, for some reason, somehow how I sit driving hurts my abs. So by the time I get home, my abs hurt. I don't know why. It's some way I sit in my car. I don't know. It's really strange. I probably am doing something wrong, but
it sounds like you're doing something wrong.
But it just makes me laugh because we talk about all these things and they somehow
wind up coming up.
Yeah.
It is weird. The email finishes out with, "I had a tall bed with a ladder and open room under it, and every night before I fell asleep, I would feel a presence under my bed. After I had this dream tormenting me for years, I told my 2-year younger brother. He was shocked because he's had the exact same dream as me for all of those years. Anyways, when I turned 12 years old, we moved away from that house and moved into a new house, and since then, I have never had that dream. Thank you for reading my story. This is the first time I've shared this with anyone but my brother."
Nice.
Thank you. It's terrifying when people have the same boogeyman and you did not realize it until you share it with someone else.
Yeah. It's probably just Haunter licking your feet.
I hate you
using Dream Eater.
I did not see this going in the Pokemon way, but that's apparently where we went. So Robin's diagnosis is Haunter, which I feel is just very disrespectful.
I love him.
It's clearly Gengar.
Gengar's, but Gengar's just, it's creepier thinking it's Gengar because Gengar has arms and legs. It's like a person doing stuff.
Something has to tickle your feet if this is happening, but realistically, having a recurring nightmare for 6 years has got to be like torture at that point. You know, every night when you're going to sleep. I know I had a recurring nightmare for like 3 years, and it was awful. And I still remember every moment of it vividly, including the time it stopped. So I can only imagine that you're in the same boat as me with that. And that sucks. And thank you so much for sharing it with us, because it's definitely difficult to share something that you've only shared with one person before. And now you've shared it with literally tens of thousands of people.
The idea of like, what was it? Oh my God. It was on the tip of my tongue and now it's disappeared. Repetitive nightmares. Recurring dreams. It freaks me out because it's like, I hardly ever have the same dream multiple times. Maybe every once in a while it'll be in the same place, but it's never the same dream. And the fact that your brain is like, you want to see this again? We're gonna play it on repeat.
Yeah.
It's just
you're getting
strange.
reruns for the next 6 years. The brain's taking the time off.
So it's pretty interesting. I don't know. It's something that I'm sure there's a doctor out there who researches it or something. That'd be really cool.
I've had the same dream for like 7 years. I wake up next to it every day. She's not impressed by my bullshit anymore, like literally at all. So thank you so much one more time, Alexander, for sending that in. Let's look over into stream chat, see what you folks had to say. Maybe someone out there thought that was romantic. Miranda asks, where's the Stanley in Colorado? Estes Park,
I think.
Yeah.
Miss Deasy said, when people say etc.
What, etc.?
Instead of etc. Yeah.
That's funny. There's more up here too. I'm trying to find it.
People who say quesadilla. It's quesadilla, you Karen.
I literally made quesadillas on Sunday, and I was like, if anyone calls these quesadillas, I'm throwing them all away and dinner's canceled and everyone can get the fuck out.
Chicka Chicka Boom Boom says sandwich.
I've never heard that one before.
I've never heard anyone say sandwich either, but I say like sandwich.
But you don't say it thinking that's the actual word for it.
No. I twitch. Lady M says, I twitch at, can I ax you a question? Oh, yeah. That one would bother me so much.
Ax doesn't bother me as much anymore.
What?
I don't know, because I say it as a joke a lot. So it's like how you accidentally start saying something because you say it ironically at first, and then you're just saying it. So I've been infected by that one.
Mrs. Zilla says, my husband is from Florida and says quesadilla.
Quesadilla. I am Beef Trainer. Just subscribe.
Thank you so much.
Actually, M Meadows 89 just gifted a sub to I Am Beef Trainer, which is really nice. One, we're down to 696 hit points for Mondo Alba. Reminder to Mondo Alba, you can heal yourself in the exact same way you can take off hit points by donating again. But I believe M Meadows 89 just unlocked some form of emotes. I think that's running until like February 16th or February 18th by gifting a sub or just donating one into the community to be like sent out. You unlock random emotes.
Nice.
Just super awesome. Thank you, Meadows.
Meadows highlighted a message and said, woo.
Nice.
Woo.
Vivian.
Beef Trainer says, saw pronounces SAR.
Saw pronounced as SAR?
S-A-R.
That's
saw.
weird.
Yeah.
R's where they're not supposed to be. And then like you have the Boston accent where every R turns into an H. Vivian said, by the way, I've been spreading the word to some of my friends and even some of my teachers about the podcast. Thank you for spreading the good word. I hope you're knocking on their doors in a white shirt and a black tie and saying, do you have a moment to speak about Adam and Robin of the Scariest Podcast?
Oh my gosh. Valley Girl says, when people switch around attic and addict.
Oh my God, I made that joke earlier tonight.
Yep.
Because I asked my mom, like, hey, are the emails good? And she always says they are. And she says, there's one about an attic. And she started walking away. I was like, did you say ATTIC or ADDICT? She said ATTIC. I was like, or both. Dun, dun, dun. And then Robin goes, wow, because she's not impressed by my jokes.
Lunabin says, we had one on our menu when I worked at Friendly's, and all the older white moms would call it a quesadilla or a quesodilla.
Quesodilla?
Quesodilla.
These are hard to read. Etsley says, February is the hardest word. And it said, people from Illinois know that the S from Illinois gets taken away and put at the end of Jules. That's hilarious. All right, what else do we got
Jackson
here?
Babe says, I'm from Kansas, and apparently here in Oregon, when I say milk, it sounds like milk or muke. That's weird.
E instead of the I. I've heard that one before. I don't know which one we said, but Izzy goes, don't attack me, LMAO. It's true, though. Jessie says, overhaul, and then the smiley face.
Aw.
Alexander said, hashtag krillin it, which is so funny.
Yay.
Starting trends.
I'm Beef Trainer says, that's a Wisconsin accent I have, the one that makes me sound like I'm from Minnesota.
Minnesota. Vivian says, I hate people in general, except for all the good ones like everyone watching, but especially people who specifically...
Oh, God.
Like, bish, that's an ocean. It is an ocean. It's very annoying.
Lunabin says, I've been told New Jersey people say water wrong.
Wada?
Wada?
The R. Just turn every R to an H and say it the way you think it would sound, and then ask yourself, is that right?
My sister lives in New Jersey, and her daughter is obviously growing up in New Jersey. So sometimes her daughter will come home and say things in super heavy New Jersey accent. And she's just like, that's not how you say it.
Sometimes she's like, Uncle Adam, I need to hydrate. I'm like, I'll get you a glass of water. And then sometimes she's like, cup of coffee on the corner for a quarter. And I'm like, get the fuck out.
Well, shut up. You're so
I would never
stupid.
say that to her. Aljabar says,
oh
Heyo, what up, Aljabar? Thank you for joining us. Miranda says, spooky friends are the best. You all are awesome. Actually, it was, y'all are awesome. Thank
Aries,
you, and they are.
Sorry. Aries says, I like smaller pins, but sometimes it's nice to be able to have more detail in the pins. That is very true. And that was kind of the problem that I was coming across with the pins that we're designing, because the 1.75 would fit all of the lines that I wanted on there in the design, whereas the 1.5, not so much. But on that same note, it still has a lot of lines in it. And I am hoping it turns out okay, because
I think they're gonna look great.
The 1.25, the smaller ones that we have now, the bear and the cat. The bear has a much smaller face, but I kind of like it. It looks really stinking cute. Whereas the cat has a much bigger face, and it kind of just looks chonky.
Chonky? That's so funny.
So it just depends.
Vivian says, I think I figured it out, guys. The answer, fucking demons, in response to the tickling of the feet and the recurring nightmares. This is funny because it's Kaylee, but it's a longer YouTube name now. It's Kaylee Loves Sungmin and Lex, and it says, what's up, spooky crew? Aljabar also said, hashtag late boy, because Aljabar is a late boy, but that's okay because he joined us before our last story, which is awesome.
Mrs. Dilla says, my husband says cemetery like symmetry.
Symmetry? Ooh, that would bother me.
Well, it's kind of like when I say buried.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
I've literally stopped people at work while they're like giving presentations like, hey, how do you say buried? Because they'll say a word that said like you. That chick who says written, I was like, how do you say buried? And they like looked at me like, buried? Like, you really shouldn't ask someone how they say a word and then say it to them. I was like, good point. I'll write it down next time.
Manda Ava said, just pre-ordered the pin and bought the other 2 pins. Thank you so much, you guys. Oh my god,
it's so nice. You guys are so
nice.
supportive. Aljabar said, I feel good because I can catch this live stream, smiley face. We feel good because we can do this live stream.
Lunabin says also Valentine's.
That is annoying.
Yeah, that I can totally. Oh man, no.
Excuse me.
Do it again. I dare you. Punch you right in the throat. Let's see. I'm What's for Dinner says, here in Ohio, most people call soda pop, and I cringe every time. My cringe muscles could deadlift 150 pounds from that alone. Yeah, I don't know. See, I call things soda, right? I'm just like, can I get a soda or something? Or I say what it is. Can I get Sprite? Can I get a Coke? Can I get Pepsi? Whatever. And it's just weird because we'll go back to Indiana and everybody says
pop.
I
grew up saying what? Pop, and I ridiculed anyone who said soda. And then I moved away, and everyone around me said soda, and I folded like a cheap suit. I acquiesced to peer pressure, and I say soda now. And even when I'm back home and everyone's saying pop, I'm like, you mean soda? I'm that asshole. Like, I really did cave on this issue. But at least I'm not one of those fucking people that says Coke.
Laura Ann says, my grandma says milk and Pello. Drives me
Pello.
crazy.
I have people I work with that say Pello. But seriously, what about the fucking people from the South? It's like you want to order any type of soda and you say, I want a Coke. And they're like, which kind? And they really say Coke as for like a replacement for soda. I just don't get that.
Jaxie Babe says, I say oil wrong, like ol, instead of pronouncing all the letters.
That's weird.
All right.
Aljabar said, by the way, Adam, your topic in the latest episode really frightened me. Good.
It was scary and good. And a lot of people said that it was scary because it is.
Yeah, it was.
It's absolutely terrifying.
When I found that headstone, I was like, all right, I need to see if this chick was actually evil, if that was confirmed in any way, shape, or form. Because when it hit me, like, she's real? Like, that sounded like just the most made-up name I've ever heard, and she was 100% real. Vivian did say, aw, Adam, so sweet. At least someone appreciates the effort I put
Miss
in.
DZ said, Ralph is the best, most interesting man alive.
He totally fucking is that dude from the commercial.
Glitch says hashtag Ralph fucks. I'm sure he does. I don't know.
Emma Non-Redeemed ask a question, says, Adam, how do you say roots? Roots. That's a good one, though, because you're using ask a question to write the word to see how I say it.
Ooh,
Is it roots? Is that the Midwestern way?
I don't know.
I say roots, so hopefully I'm saying it right.
Mando Apple said, killer clowns from outer space started my clown fears when I was little. Mrs. Illa said, this hashtag fucks.
That's so good. Brittany says, hello, everyone. Late again. Had to go to the grocery store. Don't you worry. We have one more story left, so thank you for joining us. Shout out to your groceries.
Valley Girl says, when people here in Texas say Coke, but they mean any other soda aside from Coca-Cola.
I'm not fucking crazy. It's so weird.
I can't do it. It's like, it's not right. Imagine being a server. You're not from the area. Someone says, can I get a Coke?
You bring them a
fucking Coke. And they're like, that's not what I fucking want. Then what do you want?
What is this?
You want a Sprite? You want orange soda? You want grape soda? What do you fucking want? Tell me.
I would just throw it in their face. Be like, fuck you. I really want to work at Dick's Last Resort. That's my dream job. And just treat everyone like shit and get tipped like a crazy bastard for it.
Aries said, did anyone go over why Adam looks so formal? I was a little late. He just decided he wanted to look nice. He was wearing a...
It's funny as it's casual week at work. And I came home and I got a lot of nice compliments on how I looked last week. And it made me feel good inside. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do shirt and tie from now on Tuesdays. And I was like, well, it's casual week, so I don't have to. I was like, but you know what? I want to. I had to compete with Robin. She fucking looks gorgeous every week, and I look like a hobo she pulled in off the street.
I feel I look like a hobo today.
Look at those eyelashes,
I got fake eyelashes.
Give them a profile shot.
What are
look
they
to
called?
the left.
I don't think you... Wait, is this the left? Yeah, this is the left.
Look at those things. You can totally see it on the white background. Yeah, look at the left. Yeah. Flutter your eyelids. Oh, look at them. Look at them
really?
work, folks. Yeah, absolutely. They'll let you know here in a second.
I got eyelash extensions because I was just so tired of having to try and make it seem like I had eyelashes every single week. And it was so much easier to put on makeup because I didn't have to put eyeliner on or anything like that. It was great. 10 out of 10 would recommend it.
Nice. Aljabar said to Brittany, welcome to the late squad. Woo! Vivian said, oh, and people who say drawl instead of draw. I have not heard that one too often. Vivian said, oh my God, Adam, it thought you were going to say, do you have a second to talk about your car warranty?
Oh my God.
That's so funny.
I'm What's for Dinner says, Scary is now sponsored by Neckties.
Right. Mrs. Zilla has just subscribed for the second
Thank you so much.
month. They actually, M. Meadows gifted a sub to Mrs. Zilla. M. Meadows just out there gifting subs left and right. We're down to 396 HP for Mondo Alba.
Going down?
He is teetering on the edge.
Let's see. I'm Beef Trainer said it would be better if Scary-ish was sponsored by bow ties. Adam looks good in a bow tie too. It's cute.
Thank you. I've barely ever worn one. I do have one though. Vivian says, and this one I don't know if I agree with because I do say this, Target instead of Target. It is kind of a weird thing to say.
It's just I feel like annoying people say Target.
Yeah, like me.
Mrs. Zill said hashtag bow ties are cool. Hashtag Doctor Who fandom. Absolutely. But we're so behind, and I really want to see the new season because Captain Jack Harkness. The Fez is over here.
Don't spoil it for people. What are you doing spoiling stuff?
Here, you can have it. Fezes are cool.
I don't know if this will fit my giant head, but
I don't think so.
Nope, not even close.
He doesn't do it in the front of his head anyway. He has it sit like back here because he has all the hair. He's known for the hair, right?
Ta-da!
It looks so ridiculous. You kind of look like Benny from Mummy. The Mummy.
I do, totally.
Okay. Jeez. So,
Hey, O'Connell. It looks to me like I've got all the horses.
Hey, Benny, looks like you're on the wrong side of the river.
We're just huge nerds, folks. I fucking love that movie.
I've probably watched that movie like over 100 times.
I've watched that movie so much.
Oh, my F.
Izzy says, nothing irritates my soul like when people say tortillas instead of tortillas. Agreed. Vivian says, small face bear, chunky face cat, which is pretty accurate. Izzy says, Walmart equals Walmart. That one's really weird.
That is really weird. I'm Beef Trainer says, Robin, I need to send you guys my recurring dream that my sister also had with slight variations before our grandmother had a heart attack. Send it to us. I would love to know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Glitch says, I called fajitas Vegetas just to piss my friend off.
That's really good. I like that one.
That's really freaking good.
Vivian says, I will forever say fizzy lifting drink. Anna says, it's okay, Adam. I cave too. I say soda now too. But I'll die before I say bubbler. I didn't know bubbler was one of them. Lucy says, I have a friend who says potatoes. Oh, I don't know how I'm supposed to say this. Potatoes. Potaetas. Potatoes. Instead of potatoes. Punch that person. That just hurt my mouth to say it out loud.
Tater's gonna tate, just saying.
She says that all the time now. It's her new catchphrase.
Oh,
Brittany
right.
says, has anyone mentioned supposedly? Someone did mention supposedly.
Mondo,
My bananas, says Vivian. Man, this is getting rough now.
Fuck. Mondo says, if I unsubscribe and resubscribe, will that heal me? No,
man, I hope not.
Eminon says, hey, calm down your woos, Adam. You woke up my omen, baby.
My bad, dog.
Just kind of scrolling through.
Algebar said, in my country, I love in my country, a regular water is called white water. That's interesting. Izzy says, be careful, Robin. You'll fly away. LOL when you're batting your eyelashes.
Oh.
Brittany says, damn, look at those luscious lashes.
And they're not even thick, too. I got like basic bitch lashes. And I kind of want them even more like full. Like put more lashes in there, yo. Lunavin says, apparently Jersey people say water instead of water.
Water. I could see that. Vivian says, screw casual week, screw protocol. Together we shall rise with subtle defiance. I'm just wearing this here. I wore casual clothes to work today. So Algebar said, hey.
Mondo highlighted the message and said, oh, I forgot to put in the email. Not sure if you read it already, but you can read it on a podcast. Nice.
We'll usually reach out if we're not clear. So.
Glitch says, ask Adam to say wizard. I think that's what he says wrong. He says mage like a freaking weirdo.
I say mage.
No,
like
you don't.
Like it's fancy. Mage.
It's wrong. It's mage.
It's like we were whispering. This is going to fall off my head. Clarice says, oh my God, I'm watching you guys live. Woo! Lots of O's. I think it's too far forward now. I feel like a stupid asshole.
You are a stupid asshole. I'm West Virginia says, the way Robin pronounces Bury bothers me, but looking at the spelling, she's probably pronouncing it correctly.
I know, that's the worst part. You can't fucking tell her she's wrong when you look at the spelling. Vivian says, people try to make Target fancy. There's nothing fancy about great items for great prices. Target. Nothing fancy at all.
I love
become
Target.
A commercial for Target at this point.
Says, hi. Hello. Welcome. Glad you made it.
Algebar says, Benny from the Mummy. LOL.
Zacharias says, pop.
Pop. Wait, Zacharias?
Yeah. M. Zacharias. I know who that is.
What up, dog? Oh, my God. I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I should have texted you. I just am not that good. So I played with Lee, though. And he sucks, so we'll hang out and play.
I'm What's for Dinner says, welcome to Semantics Cast to start. It's just so funny.
Yeah. Dim Sunny has resubscribed with the Twitch Prime for the second month, taking that money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket, putting it in RG string. It says, Spooky Mom, Subiversary Appreciation, shout out. And now, Mondo Alba's down to 96 HP, which means, if I'm not mistaken, $1 will knock Mondo Alba out of the stream boss, and whoever defeats Mondo Alba takes over as stream boss, and however much you defeat him past his HP will become your new life pool.
Did you read Dim Sunny's message? Just saying.
I did. Spooky Mom Subiversary Appreciation shout out.
Okay, just making sure. Mrs. Zilla says, Minnesota accent, hey, who can I get a soda? What?
Oh, wow. We're getting really deep into these, but I'm having too good of a time to switch over.
I like I'm Beef Trainers one. Don't you know?
Don't you know is totally like a Minnesotan thing.
Let's see.
Algebar said, Benny from the Mummy, LOL. Alexander said, I quoted that Benny quote just before you did.
Glitch Grim says, you will never understand the South, Adam. Get a Coke and pitter patter.
Pitter patter.
Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Give this guy a puppers. In Wisconsin, Anna says, in Wisconsin, a bubbler is a water fountain like the one you drink from. I got into a shouting matches with my friend over that one. I would too. Algebar says, 96, so close yet so far. Clarice says, I'm trying to make my older sister write her scary ass stories to send you guys.
Nice.
She said it will make you piss tears. What if I teared piss? That would be even scarier.
Ew.
Either way,
Eminon
beg her to send it to us.
Eminon says, a bunch of people here in Wisconsin say it routes.
Routes instead of roots.
Oh, okay.
That's really weird.
Mrs. Zilla says, what really grinds my gears is when people mean to say roof and they say rough.
Roof.
Roof.
Is roof wrong, though? Roof sounds like a dog, though.
Aries says, you both look amazing. Thank you so much. It's
Thank
very
you.
sweet of you. Emanon highlighted message and says, shirt, tie, no pants, Adam. We know.
I have pants on today, though.
Aw, Aries says, the eyelashes look beautiful. Thank you so much.
They really do. Vivian says, this is a good one. Sneakers, tennis shoes, tennies, or sports shoes. Sports shoes is just crazy. Get the fuck out. Unless you say it, in which case you can stay and watch us.
What the fuck is a sports shoe?
Instead of, okay, sneakers, tennis shoes, tennies, or sports shoes. Which ones do you say about the same exact object?
Oh, they're sneakers.
I've said sneakers and tennis shoes. I've heard tennies. Just sounds kind of douchey. I've never heard sports
sneaks.
Shoes.
Like, where are my
sneaks? You say sneaks?
Yeah.
I say pumped up kicks.
You want to see my pumped up kicks? My little fucking...
She has tiny shoes over there.
I have tiny shoes.
I was like, is there someone in the house that I don't know about?
Because I used to work at Foot Locker, and when I worked at Foot Locker, I just... That scared me. Thank you so much.
Zacharias 98. I'm sorry, 80. What? It says 98 up there, but down there it says 89. This is weird. M Meadows 89 just gifted a sub to M Zacharias 98. M Zacharias 98, having received the gifted sub, has now become the stream boss with 1,000 HP, which I think might be the minimum.
Gotta take down Matt.
Congratulations, Zacharias. Meadows has put you up there to be knocked off of that hill.
Oh, what was I gonna say now? Jeez, there was something I was gonna say. Oh God, no.
Was it about sneakies?
Sneaks. Oh yeah, I used to work at Foot Locker, and so I bought a whole bunch of shoes. I bought a bunch of like Nike high tops, and I used to have smaller feet. I have giant feet now, but I used to be able to fit like an 8.5. I wear a size 10 now. I don't know what happened. My feet blew up. But I used to buy the kids' shoes at Foot Locker because they're a million times cuter, and they're half the price. So instead of paying $160 for a pair of shoes, you're paying $80 because they're kids' shoes.
But you can't wear them now.
But they're so fucking cute. I could probably fit it if I wanted to, but I don't know. Oh, they're still so cute. I'm just
These
looking
are getting really good.
Anyway,
okay, I'm gonna read a couple more and then we're totally gonna get back to it.
Okay.
So the Snark says flip-flops, slippers, or thongs. Izzy in YouTube says flip-flops are thongs in other countries. LOL. Almost immediately at the same time. Really creepy. Anthony Reynolds says, look at that hat. Thank you.
I call them slippers. When I first moved to the continental U.S., people were just like, their slippers are what you wear around the house.
Yeah.
In Hawaii,
Not
slippers are fucking flip-flops, okay? Everybody calls them slippers.
Flip-flops are called chanclas. Everyone knows that.
I'd never heard the word chanclas until I moved to the U.S., like continental U.S.
You're welcome. Algebar says, I call them sports shoes. You can call them sports shoes, Algebar. Izzy says, to me, a thong is a pair of panties. My mom chimed in and said, gym shoes. I have heard gym shoes a lot in my life. That's
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Mrs. Little highlighted message says, OMG, he looks like Matt Smith. Cute.
Oh, exactly. We're basically twinsies.
Emanon says it's a poo from Aladdin.
That's good, too.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm just going to scroll through because there's so much.
We have really just set off just this massive debate. I am going to go ahead and step back from mine because we're just sort of debating right now.
Oh, Aries says, how do you spell Arcana? How do you say it? Not spell it, sorry.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Arcana?
Okay, I say Arcana.
Yeah. I've heard it both ways, and I'll probably say it differently tomorrow.
It's like Arcanine.
Arcanine?
You say Arcanine?
Yeah.
Oh my, how do you say that one dragon Pokemon that Magikarp evolves into?
Oh, Gyarados?
Oh my fuck.
Did I say it wrong?
I don't know.
Gyarados?
I say Gyarados. He always...
Gyarados. He's Greek.
Oh my god. Okay.
Algebar said, is flip-flop and sandal different? No, not really. They're basically the same thing. Flip-flops are sandals, yeah. So, okay. I feel pretty caught up on YouTube. Robin has one more to go. This red does provide a nice splash of color.
It does. It's a very nice splash of color.
I kind of like it.
Let's see. I'm Beef Trainer says, Rob and I say Burry the same way as you. We rule, the others rule, but we love them anyway.
That's funny.
I'm What's Her Dinner says, I would cheer $1, but I'm broke. Story of our lives, too. Dim Sunny says, is Spooky Mom here? Oh my god.
Spooky Mom is here. Emanon redeemed and ask a question says, I just Mandela affected you. The monkey from Aladdin is Abu, not Apu. Apu is from The Simpsons.
Oh, the guy that runs the store?
Yeah, who's like kind of a horribly racist character if you really think about it. Hank Azaria, who voices Apu, said he will no longer voice Apu.
Let's see.
That's pretty good. We'll go with that.
52DZ changed their name from Mrs. DZ to
Nice.
52DZ. Nice.
Let's go with DZ from now on.
Lady M says flippy floppies.
Alexander said flip-flops equal thongs, gym shoes equal joggers. I have heard joggers before. Never said it. Now I have. Vivian says, to me, a flip-flop has that thong-like strap between your big toe, and sandals usually don't. That's a good distinction. Anna says, red looks good on you, Adam. Red looks good on you. Thank you. I feel like I was just threatened, like you're saying you're going to make me bleed, but I'm okay with that as well. We really got to play D&D again.
The Snark says $80 for children's shoes. They wearing banana leaves.
No shit, right?
I mean...
Banana leaves provide plenty of arch support, just saying.
What? Let's see. Sorry, I'm scrolling through and trying to see.
We're going to have to get to this final email at some point. We got one left, and it is the longest of the four.
Glitch says, same, shoes are shoes, and sometimes they have to say it like the old YouTube song Shoes. Old YouTube. Do you know the song about shoes? It's like this dude that's just dressed up as this chick, and she acts like such a bitch, and the song just goes like, shoes. Oh my god, shoes. It's just like so ridiculous. And it's just like over the top dumb. I don't know. It's super duper 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 like when I was a child, old YouTube.
Vivian says flip-flops are impossible to run in because they'd be flipping and flopping. Clench your toes. If you need to run in flip-flops, clench your toes. You'll get away.
The Snark asks, what are trainers? They're like those white shoes that people walk around in, run around in. They're kind of like...
They're like gym shoes.
They're like gym shoes. That's what trainers are. At least to me, that's what trainers are.
Anna said, no, it was the auto-submit button on YouTube mobile chat. It fudged up. I'm too squishy to threaten anyone. I talk a big game, but I'm a marshmallow of softness and love. That very much describes me as well.
Lady M says, fuck that song. Emanon goes, that hashtag, that song does not fuck.
That's funny. We have got to get to this last email.
So we have one more email for the night, and then after that, we're going to go into marbles. It's going to be a great time. Free opportunity to win some stickers. I just mailed out all our Patreon stickers, so that's fun stuff. So yeah, stick around for marbles. It's right after this. All right, so this next email is from Ashley, and the subject is Light in the Attic? ?
Interesting.
If you guys are listening to the podcast version of this, you guys should join us for the live streams, because during the live stream, we had this whole talk about semantics and things like that. And
we talked, well, I mean, it's not exactly semantics, but
not semantics, but like how to pronounce things.
We talked about the different ways to pronounce things, or the different the various ways you can say things like gym shoes or sneakers or tennis shoes for like 35 minutes.
Yeah, and attic is one of those things where it's like attic or addict. I don't know. It's just
that's
funny.
A little bit different than what we're talking about.
Yeah. So join us for live streams or check out the video on YouTube, and and just join the conversation. Okay, so the story begins like this. Obviously, it says you can share it on the podcast. We're going to share it on the podcast.
I'm glad that's obvious.
So, hi, Adam, Robin, and Scary Mom.
Hello.
Hello.
And she yells hello from downstairs.
I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Holy crap, this is that long ago.
We're catching up, folks.
Oh, shit. My name is Jade. My sisters and I love the podcast and your awesome banter and tangents. Thank you. Oh, we had so many tonight.
I'm also wearing a hat. You can't tell because you're listening.
So go check it out on YouTube. It's on YouTube. So we've been listening since the beginning, but take breaks from time to time. And I totally understand that, because sometimes you just want stuff to binge on.
You save them up. I totally get it.
I usually am on the quiet end of the listeners' demographics, but lately I've shared more via DMs. I have a rule about only listening to the podcast away from home, partially because I don't want any spooky and unwelcome energies to enter my home, because they have before via vivid dreams and so on, and partially because it helps make the work days or long drives better. Nice. My sister says I can fix this rule through a loophole. She means placing my phone inside a rosary before pressing play to trap the energies from attaching. But still, I don't want to risk it.
That's a really weird loophole. Just saying. Like, I've heard the whole, cut a hole in a sheet to keep your virginity thing. Have you ever heard of that?
I mean, they do that in that one show on Hulu.
Upright Citizens Brigade? That's where I first saw it.
It's the one about the blessed be the fruit stuff. What is it?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of it. God. I'm pretty sure that show is just called Blessed Be the Fruit.
The Handmaid's Tale. The Handmaid's
Get
Tale.
them to the Greek.
Got it. Oh God, but they do that in
the hole in the sheet, because you're just penetrating the sheet. You're not penetrating whatever's behind it. It's like, oops, I fell in. So that just seems like the podcast.
This is just taking a
that.
strange turn. Anyway, so
whatever works though, man. I don't judge.
Fuck. I am also the same person who messaged asking about if you would ever consider making scary-ish nightlights.
I love that idea.
It'd be really cute. It's just such an expensive investment, and maybe one day
we've considered it. One day we'd be happy to if we have the money.
I am trying to design a blanket that is like a demon shield, like a blanket that you can just sleep with or whatever, that says some type of shield thing on it. That would be really, really
We're
cute.
obviously in the pre-alpha stages on this design, but we have
still
the
working
concept.
on it. But yeah, so that's what I want to make. Anyway, so the podcast has made me Team Nightlight, especially after the Black Eyed Children's episode.
Everyone got fucked up by that episode. Listen to the newest one. We're getting a lot of feedback that it was scary.
Anyway, on to the story. My family and I moved into my current house when I was 10, and it was previously owned by some of our distant family members who had lost their son in a car accident.
Oh, that's super sad.
I am in my early 20s and never had a real scary incident in this house. The scary stuff that typically bothered my siblings and not me ended when we moved out of the last house before this one. So this house was and still is good. Kinda. It was blessed years ago, but may have that's all, folks.
Wow.
How does that say? All right, so it was talkie. It was blessed years ago, but may have to be blessed again. In the early months of 2019, we lost my abuelito and Labrador in the same month.
Wow.
That sucks.
That's a lot.
The house had been pretty quiet and has had its moments of sadness, mainly for my grandma, who later in the summer was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. That also sucks. That's a lot of stuff to happen in 1 year.
That's really rough.
The months have been tough for my family, especially for birthdays and holidays like Dia de los Muertos, but I know my grandpa would want us to be happy, so we're trying. My abuelito loved to learn and read books. He had so many books that our pantry room became a library. That is a lot of books.
It's amazing.
This pantry has 2 lights, one for the pantry itself and one to light the attic right above it. All right. Why am I reading the attic one? The attic has 2 entries.
Because it's not a basement, and I figured you'd be okay with it.
Nope. The attic has 2 entries. Though
the basement of the ceiling,
exactly.
As the attics are known.
It's just where the other demons hide. So the attic has 2 entries, through the pantry room or the hallway between mine and my sister's room. The only way to enter is to get a ladder, which we store in the garage. The only way to turn on the attic light is to enter the pantry room and turn on the switch, or be up in the attic and turn the light on up there. When I was a kid, I would sleep with my door open, and at times I would wake to the light being on. When I read the sentence, I would sleep with, all I could hear in my head was one eye open.
I totally heard the same thing.
I'm pretty stubborn. I am a pretty stubborn person and enjoy my sleep, so much so that I once woke up during an earthquake that was making my bed sway. I live in SoCal, so no big deal, and chose to return to sleeping regardless of the outcome. What the fuck?
My dad once slept through a tornado, so
what?
To each their own.
Did it tear through stuff around the area?
Yeah, I told him, like, there's a tornado warning. The sirens are going off. The news said get to your basements. And he, like, woke up. He's like, he always made these fucking proclamations.
Was he just like, get to the chopper?
No, he was like, he who wants to go to the basement can go to the fucking basement. And he went to sleep. And I was like, cool. So I grabbed the dogs and I went to the basement. And the tornado eventually passed and, like, the weather calmed down. I went back up there and our house is still standing. And I think we only lost, like, a little piece of siding came off the side of it. And it was like, okay, cool, Dad. Thank you for being a dickhead about it when I was trying to let you know we were going to get hit by a tornado.
Wow. All right. I mean, I can't imagine being normal with earthquakes either. Just like, it happens all the time.
I lived next to a set of train tracks that were very frequently run. And I got to say, you kind of get used to your house shaking after a while. And you can kind of tell, like, it's like, I can stay still. I would imagine once you've had enough earthquakes, you know when it's like, oh, yeah, this one isn't bad. Like, it's like you put a quarter in the machine, like, that vibrates your bed. So you just, like...
Sounds hot.
Yeah. Yeah. You just go to sleep with it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, God. Okay. So once when I woke up and saw the light on, I said out loud to whatever was trying to get to me.
Oh my God, I just realized I missed my joke last night. So, okay, I did a topic. You said the light thing. I'm so sorry. This is such a tangent, but like, I talked about how those neighbors came over and they introduced themselves, and when they left, they're like, leave your lights on at night. All they needed to live in that house was Tom Bodette, and they would have been fine. Because he would have left the light on for them. I'm so
You made a Tom Bodette
pissed.
joke like a day before that.
I would make
like
a Tom Bodette joke every episode if I fucking could. Because he'll leave the light on for you. And we're a scary podcast. It makes sense. Okay, I'll let you keep going. We're going to get through this together, people.
So once when I woke up and saw the light on, I said out loud to whatever was trying to get me to sleep to fuck Jesus. I mean,
she doesn't mean that.
I don't mean that. God. So, dang it.
If you wore your corrective lenses.
You know what? It's the eyelashes. So that's all I see now. It's like black things. I was driving home today, and it's just a nightmare when the sun's shining down because all I see is the sun reflecting off of them, and oh my God, it was a nightmare. Okay. Anyway, so once when I woke up and saw the light on, I said out loud to whatever was trying to get me to let me sleep now, and then they get me when I'm not so tired. That's what it says. Otherwise, I would be furious at them for disturbing me and in turn come after them. Another time, the light turned on and I heard something calling my name, but I just shot.
Fuck that. That's terrifying.
It always reminds me of that one sentence horror story that we always
Two-sentence horror story?
Two-sentence horror story that we always bring up. The one that's just like, I heard it too, you know? It always freaks me out. So I shot back up and said either out loud or in my head, I don't know, quote, "That's not how you spell my name. You have the wrong person," end quote. The funny part about that is they said their name and didn't spell their name.
Right.
So it's like it's probably like
that's not how you pronounce my name type of thing. Like,
yeah,
you said it wrong, dickhead.
But it's just like you're sleepy and you're just like saying whatever, you know? I waved them off and plopped back into bed. I don't know why or how one can hear spelling, but I did.
I love that you referenced that. That's so perfect.
So the light in the attic would come on so often that my family and I taped the pantry room switch down to not accidentally turn it on. The light stopped turning on, and so the tape came off, and for many years we had no problem with the attic light. Since the summer, I've noticed the light would be anywhere from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Sometimes when I see it on while heading to the restroom in the middle of the night, I would come out of my room and it'll be off. I go back to my room and I close my door. This happens a lot now. Fuck that.
That's terrifying.
Just unscrew the light bulb.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck you. You don't get to play with the light. How about that? And then if the light comes on, you know that they can fix lights. And it's like, hey, why don't you fix the other lights in the house and pay some fucking rent?
Oh my God. Almost as if whatever is in the attic doesn't want to get caught or is trying to be polite. I heard like laughing and it kind of scared me.
Is it laughing?
Yeah, your mom's laughing downstairs. I bet the dog's doing something cute.
I heard loud noises downstairs.
Okay. This happens a lot now, almost as if whatever is in the attic doesn't want to get caught or is trying to be polite. I'd like to think that it might be because I'm half awake in the night that my eyes are playing tricks on me, but it happens so often that I'm not so sure. But maybe it's a raccoon. We've recently had one hanging around our house, or a person in the walls, or automatic timers. Those are all bad things. Raccoons, people living in the walls, you know. On a happier note, I'd like to think it's my grandpa reading some of his books.
Aw, that's really cute.
That is really cute. Reading some of his books that he loves so much while watching over us as we sleep. So tonight I could not sleep well because I was cold. Therefore, I walked out of my room into the hallway to turn on the heater for 10 minutes or so, and the light was on again. I went back to my room quickly and waited for the heater to turn on, but nothing came. After 2 minutes of waiting, I went back into the hallway to make sure I clicked the thermostat to the right side towards heat and not cool, and looked up and the light was off. So now I am officially spooked. A light was on in the living room, so I peeked my head over and saw my mom sitting on the couch, about to read for a bit because she was having trouble sleeping too. Whenever multiple people in a house can't sleep, kind of freaks me out. Is that weird? Because it's like, why is everybody awake? What is keeping everyone awake?
I remember there was one time where I couldn't sleep and my brother was still awake, and then I realized my parents couldn't sleep. And we were all just awake, and it was like 1 a.m. We're like, so, White Castle? And we totally went and got a fucking crave case. It was awesome.
I just remember, I remember when everybody couldn't sleep because the air conditioning went out.
You slept?
I slept.
Like a crazy person.
I fucking slept.
96 degrees in the upstairs of this house in the middle of August in Las Vegas, Nevada. I came upstairs and she was wrapped in a blanket and she looked at me and she goes, when did they fix the air conditioning? It's so cold. And that's when I realized she is a demon from hell. And this place must be so cold to her at all times. It is insanity.
It's freezing. It's always cold. I told her again, okay, so mom, reading, living room, still awake. I told her again about how the light was on and we walked, nope. I told her again about how the light was on and we talked about how it might be time to ask the priest to bless the house or a white sage cleansing. But of course, I'll have my dad check, not me, of course, thanks, Dad, to see if anyone left a loose light with an automatic timer on up there first.
That is smart.
That is smart. Check all your bases. Make sure it's not a raccoon, person living in the walls, or any of that stuff.
Sometimes it can be your switch, too. Like, I had a switch at my old apartment where if it wasn't, like, smacked all the way down because it was on a dimmer switch, that it would randomly, like, the circuit would connect at various times because it wasn't completely closed. So the light would just randomly pop on. And it was definitely creepy, but I realized like if I just pushed the switch all the way down as hard as I could, it never came on. So that's also something it could be.
Anyway, that's the story. I hope it wasn't too long, and thank you to Adam's mom for spell checking my email. I have more stories that I may send when I find the time about my time at my old house and some stories from my family. Please send those to us.
Yeah,
we would love
send
to
them.
hear it.
Anyone who has a story, we want to hear it.
Yes.
We're starting to get caught up. Send those emails.
Storytime
folks.
at scaryish.com. We want to keep doing Storytime episodes, and they're all made because you folks help us out with that. So
yeah.
All right. Anyway, thanks so much for taking the time to read and share. I so appreciate you three and your hard work, banter, mush, and all. Keep up the awesome work you do, and please seriously consider those scariest nightlights. Thanks again. Much love, Jade. Thank you so much for sending that email to us. It was really good.
Yeah, indeed. I have had multiple experiences with lights coming on and going off, and I will say that for me, it is pretty scary because it's a trigger for me.
Jesus.
In my dream, it says, Emanon is redeemed. Ask a question. It says, boom, I interrupted. You did indeed. I thought it worked out pretty well. But yeah, that's one of the things, I've mentioned it before, where I realize that I'm having a nightmare, is I'll enter into a room or a hallway, and there will be a light switch, and when I try and turn it on, the light will not come on. And if that happens to me when I'm awake, I literally pinch myself. So I'm like, is this a dream? Did I fall asleep somewhere and I'm sleeping right now? And I'll pinch myself, and when I realize it hurts, I'm like, no. A breaker's probably been thrown. Damn it, I gotta fix this now. So 100% totally understand how freaky that can be. All right. So here's what's gonna happen, folks. I'm gonna look over into YouTube chat, gonna read you what I have, which I don't think is a whole lot. And then once I'm done, Robin's gonna start reading Twitch chat while I set up marbles on stream. If this is your first stream ever, which I know there's a couple of you out there that have stated it's your first time, Marbles on Stream is a game we play at the end of the show where you have the opportunity to win some free merchandise, typically a sticker, maybe a coaster if we still have some sitting around. And all you have to do is join us over at twitch.tv/scarishpodcast because this game is interactive, but it only interacts with Twitch. And all you have to do to interact is join us at that channel and then type in a command, which is like literally play. And once you do that, you'll get a marble, and I'll let you know when to do that. So I'm going to read the YouTube stuff right now and then get that set up. It's a lot of Twitch chat. It's pretty awesome to see. It looks like Vivian.
You have so much white hair. It's crazy.
I know. I'm getting so old. Vivian left us, said, good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. If they do, squeeze them tight, and they won't bite tomorrow night. I've never heard that last part of it. There's so many. I asked her if she would do my neck beard because I have so many grays in my neck beard now that I just want them to kind of explode across my face, which is a phrase I've never really said before. I'd like to get more. I'd like to get more gray hairs rather than have them all congregating in one chunk. It's just weird to have like a skunk mark. Anna says, no lies, when I was window shopping houses with my boyfriend, I saw one with a beautifully finished basement, but immediately thought Robin still wouldn't like it. You're 100% accurate on that. It's so funny. Vivian said, Robin, your lashes are gorgeous. Adam, your hat is very fancy. All the listeners are fantastic. Remember to watch Shia LaBeouf, Lock and Key, and of course, more Scary-ish. That is very nice of you.
Thank
Sincerely
you.
appreciate it. Emma says, still finishing the story time from last week. Dang, now I'm hyped for the new one because I said that we've been getting some spooky feedback on that. And Emma had joined us. I'm actually going in reverse order right now instead of the top down. Emma went, okay, I'm back. Just got home from swing. And then says, wait, why does Adam have the hat? We just brought up Matt Smith, and it wound up making its way to my head.
I have a fez because we love Doctor Who. I mean, I love Doctor Who.
We love Doctor Who.
We love Doctor Who. And
it's because I like Matt Smith more than David Tennant that she questions the Whovian in me.
I just have, there's like literally 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 5 TARDISes in here. That I just,
that's a lot.
It's more TARDI. I don't know. It's more than a normal person would have in their home.
One of them is a dice tower too, which is pretty freaking cool.
I mean, thank you to our friend Chuck who got that for me one Christmas.
It's a good gift.
It's a good gift.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting marbles on stream set up. So you go ahead and take over. You have a lot of Twitch chat.
I do have a lot of Twitch chat. So let's see. I'm What's Fitter says, I wear socks with sandals shamelessly. Solid. A lot of people do, surprisingly. I say a lot of that at school, which is interesting.
Get out.
Glitch says, the ultimate dad shoe is the white New Balances. 100%,
it's true.
Oh my God. Growing up, my dad used to wear those all the fucking time. For a while there, he had like the white shoes that had the Velcro strap that you would like yank and then stick down. You know what I mean?
My dad too. He wore like those cargo shorts that were still somehow just above the knee.
Yes.
And then white socks that went up to like above his ankles.
My
the
dad,
New Balance shoes, and he tucked in his polos.
My dad would wear shorts that were above the knee, and I think because of how he used to walk or sit or whatever, like the hair in the middle of his legs was like gone. He didn't grow any hair there. It was just crazy. Ashley Mamia says, Robin, is that an Overwatch logo on your jacket? It is. It's the Overwatch World Series jacket from like 2018, I think, because when we went to BlizzCon last year, we watched the World Finals and we saw.
It is so cool to watch the World Cup of Overwatch.
Yeah,
it's so exciting.
Really fun. And it was so cool when US won. I was like, what? And we were sitting there in the stands and we were watching it. And we were just like, oh my God, the USA won.
We're like, this is going to happen.
Yeah, it was just so fucking insane. But they didn't have any good World Series merch.
They didn't have like really
World Cup
good.
Finals
They
whatever.
didn't have a whole lot of solid merch. All right.
But 2018 was great.
Hopefully, this is now transitioned or is in the process of transitioning to Marbles on Stream. And if you're hearing this, you can type an exclamation point vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds with the track you would like to race. So have at it, y'all.
Lunabin says, put salt around your phone to protect from the ghosties. Mrs. Zilla says, okay, supernatural people, hula hoops full of salt.
That's pretty.
It's a pretty smart idea. That's freaking solid, smart idea. Oh my God, I can hear myself. Turn it off.
I'm lowering it.
Lunabin says, OMG, I'd love a Demon Shield blanket, Robin. I really want to make it happen. I just need some type of design inspiration. I'm struggling on it. The Snark says, shield equals +5 AC with the blanket.
That's funny.
Valley Grill says, I still love my scariest blanket. Thank you. I'm so happy that there's so much scariest stuff out there in the world.
It's still pretty bizarre to me that we have so much stuff out there in the world.
Lunabin says, I just got a new emote, and it's the horns one. And that's like my favorite. That's what the new pin's gonna be. I'm so excited.
Anna said, my favorite idea was putting down a layer of super glue, then adding salt on top like glitter.
Ooh, people are talking about cheese curds. I fucking love fried cheese curds.
So good.
So flipping good. I love how
squeaky
they are.
There's a track called Love is in the Air. Clearly a Valentine's Day themed track. All of my words are coming out like William Shatner.
Matt, he goes, hey, Adam is Kyle Orton. Who's Kyle Orton?
It's a quarterback for the Bears.
Wow.
Now I'm shaving my beard. Thank you. He texted me too. Matt goes, love the shirt and tie. I'm finally watching Scarish. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much. I'm What's Fitter, and it says, by the way, in the topics episode, you mentioned whale lumps. All I could think was my humps, my lovely humpback humps.
That's good. That's exactly what I was hoping to infect
That's
your
so
brain
smart.
with.
Emanon says, you would not believe how weird it is listening to the podcast in reverse. They lose so much stuff. It's really depressing. The Snark says, oh my god, TARDIS Dice Tower. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's nice because it's magnetic. It's like a magnetic 3D printed one. And the tray that the dice comes out in, you can like pull it off. So it's just a TARDIS if you want it to be. But it's pretty cute.
So right now, Devil's Chaos 2 is in the lead we're about to find out how many votes. There's a lot of votes scattered out there. However, Devil's Chaos 2 has 8. So it's pretty clear that's going to be our first track of the evening. Average time to complete, 3 minutes and 38 seconds. It just got another vote. Let's check and see. The record time is 1 minute and 32 seconds for Devil's Chaos 2.
Lunabin asks, what's a dice tower? So a dice tower is just this little thing, like a little box pretty much.
Exclamation point play to join the race.
That you can design to look however you want it to, and when you're playing anything you want that's using dice, whether it be D&D or I mean, if you want to do Yahtzee, whatever, you just chuck your dice in there and it rattles around on the inside and comes out the bottom.
It dumps them in a spot that's like really organized.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice.
Have you joined?
No, I have not. Hold on. I'm scrolling through. Wow. Emanon says, I've listened through the podcast 6 times now, once in reverse. That is amazing.
Nice.
Thank you so much. How do I do this?
All right, we have 23 marbles currently joined in. Pretty solid shit, y'all. This is kind of a terrifying track.
Yeah.
Yes, you are in. We have 24 now. As you can see, it looks like we're in hell. First of all, this brick looks more like brimstone.
Hell in general?
It has like horns, and then there's clouds. It's kind of spooky. We're going to wait a little bit longer. We have 25 marbles in this race.
Exclamation point play to join. It's free to join. It's just an opportunity to get some scary sticker stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know.
We're up to 27. Cashew and Lunabin have also joined us in the race, so I'll wait about 30 more seconds before getting this thing started.
I'm excited for this weekend. Ooh, what was that? What was that?
I will find out because I have my buddy app from Streamlabs. Looks like Show and Tell Live has followed us. Thank you, Show and Tell Live.
Thank you so much.
We are currently winding down. We are done with our spooky stories for the evening. However, we're going to do 2 races. You have the chance to join in the first race right now for Marbles on Stream for some free merchandise. In fact, you have 10 seconds from the moment I just said.
I'm What's for Dinner asks, do you guys get any money for people binging the podcast on Spotify? We don't, actually.
No, not really. Well, here's the thing. We get numbers, so we can see that you've downloaded it multiple times. Yes. Not always. Sometimes it just shows us that you downloaded it. It won't show us how many times that you click play. But if it re-downloads for whatever reason, it does show us that stat. And our ad revenue is based off of
how many downloads,
how many times that ad basically gets played, which is directly related to how many times you guys listen. So re-listening does definitely help us a lot. Actually, Faison appears to be in first place. Glitch Grim and 52 Nicks, right behind Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, appears to have fallen off the edge and is the first marble to be eliminated.
I like this map.
Second marble, actually. We're down to 25. Laura Ann has also fallen off.
Oh, no.
The Snarked has also fallen off.
Is there like a hole? Where is the hole?
There's some holes that apparently do not line up with this tray. It's almost like a dice tower where some of the holes lead to death. Let's just watch some more people circle the drain here. Eric is going to survive this. Emanon is not going to survive this. M. Zacharias is going to survive this, and I'm What's for Dinner has survived that. Let's go to the front now and see where Valley Grills is at. It's a terrifying funnel of some sort. Lunabin got shot off the map somehow.
Whoa,
this looks like something from fucking Beetlejuice. It's kind of awesome. It also looks like a fancy vacuum that I would totally buy after seeing some cheap salesman hawk it.
It looks like a trident. That's kind of cool.
It does. So that definitely looks like a devil face. This is some terrifying shit. It is called Devil's Chaos after all. So Valley Grills is the first one to make the jump. It's almost like one of those miniature golf holes.
Oh no, you're gonna go at the end.
No, there's something there. I think if you make it in the hole, then you'll like shortcut
like a
to the
mini
end.
golf track.
I just said that. It totally is. Valley Grills is in first place right now, although there's a lot of folks trying to make it in the hole. And there's still a lot more track to go. So I'm guessing someone hit the shortcuts. And because they hit the shortcuts, they wound up at the end much quicker than everyone else.
Mrs. Zilla says, I keep glitching. Dang kids playing their video games. And by kids, I mean my husband and brother-in-law.
That's funny. Jaxie Babe has fallen off the map as well. Valley Grills is going down a lot of swirls. Woo Scarish and I are right behind there.
What?
52 Nicks is
What?
trying to take a shortcut to
bad.
hell, and they succeeded. Looks like Mrs. Zilla is also trying to take a shortcut along with Mondo Alba. This is kind of exciting to see. Mrs. Zilla survives it. So does Mondo Alba. This is getting really interesting now. We have a lot of folks still in that really, really time-consuming swirl. M Meadows 89 seems to have succeeded in taking a shortcut through the middle track. I think M Meadows might be beelining it towards the end. Let's see what happens here. Don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. It looks like it was a really good thing.
Wow. Straight down.
Congratulations, M Meadows 89, for finishing first. Pretty impressive shit. Did it in 2 minutes and 50 seconds roughly. ASB Bunny is so upset that M Meadows has won. They threw themselves off the side of the track. Mondo Alba and Mrs. Zilla are currently fighting for second and third place. Guess no one's fighting for third except for Cashew and looks like Austin as well. Valley Grills is there. Mondo Alba comes in second. Mrs. Zilla is currently in third. Here I come to try and collect some points for the season. Don't know if Robin's still up there. She sure is.
I am.
You are. You're taking the jump right now. You survived, which is, I guess, cool. Whatever.
You're so mean.
Austin looks like, Austin is going to be taking third place. Mrs. Zilla is trying to sneak through, but Cashew does it first to take fourth. Mrs. Zilla's fifth. Woo Scarish, Valley Grills. I'm somehow finally making it through, just in front of Amanda. All right, we got some folks still up there. It looks like Eric is still up there. This map will end in 34 seconds. You can see that wave of blue, which is sincerely a wave of death approaching Eric. So we will see if they are able to make it before that hits. Bless you.
Thank you.
I'm What's for Dinner and Eric W1 are the only two marbles left. And that wave of blue is approaching pretty quickly. I'm What's for Dinner might be past that fan blade, but it's taken a really long time to get there. Eric, though, is going to make it. I think you're both going to actually survive this one. Congratulations. The winner, though, M Meadows 89. Congratulations. So looking at it, M Meadows has earned 10 points toward the season. Mondo Alba is up to 9 points. Looks like Robin is up to 11, along with Eric, who is also at 11. And the rest of us are still floating at single digits, although Austin is up to 5, which is pretty good, and Cashew is up to 4. Checking chat really fast. And Meadows says, what the fuck? I missed it. Thanks. I don't know how I won because I looked away. Damn it. Robin, pass it. Which means Mondo Alba is going to collect the prize. Congratulations, Mondo. Says, I'll take second. And then in regards to passing it, bless you. So Mondo.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's for my sneeze.
Oh, well,
Thank
either
you.
way. Email storytime@scarish.com. Let us know a mailing address. We can send you a piece of merch. And then, Robin, how does he pick the merch?
Well, it's all the stickers that we have on our Etsy store. I have your mailing address since you just ordered off Etsy, which makes it really easy for me. Just let me know what sticker design that you'd want, and I will send that too.
Awesome. I'm What's for Dinner said dead last, but realistically, you were 13th. There were far more people who fell off the edge. Hashtag just
Luna
saying.
Bin says, I went yeet.
You did go yeet. We have one more race left tonight, so let's go ahead and get back into the voting. And feel free to start tossing out your votes for the final race of the evening.
Glitch said, someone burned down my she shed. That's why I lost. I need to post those other stickers onto the Etsy because I only have a couple left that from Halloween. And so I should do that. I'll post those, I think, maybe not today. Not this week. I'll post them next week. This week's just too crazy. I have a lab report that's due tomorrow, and I still have to write stuff for it. And then we're doing the convention in California this weekend. Not a convention, really. It's more like a little sales event. But if you guys are going to be in Buena Park...
Holy shit.
What?
Haunted Hills has 12 votes already.
Oh, my God. So if you folks want to say hi to us this weekend, we're going to be in Buena Park at the Source on Saturday, and we're going to be there all day. So I have to sell stuff. That's just what's going to happen. But feel free to come by, say hi. Someone's already volunteered to bring us boba, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
We have the nicest people that listen to this show.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
So yeah, you guys are absolutely amazing. We love you guys, and we hope to see some peeps. I'm gonna bring scarier stuff this weekend. Obviously not a lot of it, but a couple pins and stuff like that. What the fuck was that?
Just some noise. We've had a lot of noises in the house lately. There was some noises while we were watching Hill House coming from a living room, and I was like, it's just the dogs. And I looked, and both the dogs were laying in the room with us. I was like, it's just the cat. The cat was on my lap, so I was like, it's just a demon. I don't fucking know at this point.
Glitch says, can't wait for those prints to get on Etsy, Robin. Hopefully sometime soon. I'll put them up.
We're definitely racing Haunted Hills. It's an average time of 4 minutes and 20 seconds to finish. Record time is 3 minutes and 17 seconds, folks. So strap in. It's gonna be a long one, but let's get it going. Exclamation point boost will not get you there any faster. Good to know. I think we have raced this one like 3 or 4 times.
Whoa.
It is. Why are you always impressed
It just
by it?
looks cool.
All Brain holds the record right now, and with 4 minutes and 48 seconds.
Ooh, it sounds scary.
It does sound scary. I was like, is someone honking outside? Exclamation point play to join in the race. Mondo Alba said, any sticker is fine with me, Robin.
Cool. I will package it up and mail it out.
I love that song. Any sticker is just all right with me. It's not a song.
Okay, cool. I'm very excited. I still haven't even practiced my display yet. I need to practice my display for this weekend. Cool.
And I need to get all our video recording devices set up because I really, really want to do a series of vlogs starting on when we're heading out to LA/Anaheim.
Why?
Leading through the end of recording Scary-ish on Tuesday. Because it'll be just kind of like a weekend in the life of the Scary-ish peeps. We'll see how it goes.
Do you
Robin,
even have like a selfie stick to hold your phone?
I will find a selfie stick. All right, we only got 25 marbles. Pretty sure we had 27 last time. So anyone who joined last time that has not joined again yet, please type in exclamation point play. Looking around, it looks like Robin is in here and I am in here, so I'm not crazy about that. We have both joined in. Some of you folks might already left.
Aries asked, practice display. It's because I'm going to do an artist alley on Saturday, and so I have to practice my display of how I'm going to display all my prints and my charms and pins and all the stuff that I usually sell at artist alleys. So it's kind of a trek. This is my first time doing a table by myself because I normally table with the twins, and
she says the twins like everyone knows who they are.
I always table with JJ Obsession, and I posted a picture on my Instagram. You guys can check them out too because they're absolutely amazing. But
and they're like the nicest human beings.
They are the nicest people, and they are pros. They are absolute pros at what they do, and so they know how to do their setup like ace. They're so good at it, and so I need to practice doing this on my own, and it's the only one I'm going to be doing on my own this season. But it'll be scary for me, so I gotta practice. Figure it out.
Really quickly, Jaxie Babe said, "Have the gift tiers gone out yet for Patreon?" Also, we're gonna get this thing started here, so if you haven't joined in, you're gonna miss your opportunity in 10 seconds. Gift tiers, Patreon.
David, do it again. So the gift tiers, I'm assuming you mean like the $50 tiers. I haven't packaged anything up to send out yet for that one, but I did do the $10 tiers I sent out. I put them in the post on Monday. I dropped them off. So
in the post?
Yeah, the post office box. In the not box, but you know what I mean, the post in the USPS. But yeah, I dropped those off, so hopefully they will be getting to everybody soon. But the goodie tier, the $50 tier, I haven't figured it out yet. It's something that I tried to think about a lot and kind of choose things that I'd want to put in there. So those haven't gone out yet, but the $10 tiers have gone out. I did a sticker pack and 2 new stickers that are the horn ones. This little icon is like big 3-inch stickers.
We have to come up with a really good nickname for it.
Yeah, we do have to think of a good nickname. And then I got some holographic stickers that are so stinking cute, and I really like those. So everyone that is at the $10 tier is getting those too. Glitch says you should do a scary-ish mystery box of spooks on your Etsy. It's a lot of work to do mystery boxes and stuff like that. Jaxie Babe says, is it too late to upgrade to that and get one? Totally spaced the $10 tier. You can always go to the $10 tier if you want. And I always mail out what that package is for that season. So the $50 tiers get them every month. The $10 tiers get a package a season of whatever. It's like stickers and badges or whatnot. And whoever joins during that season gets that season's little envelope of goodies. So, yeah, I don't know.
Chicka Chicka Boom Boom
Sorry.
is currently in the lead at the 2-minute mark on this marathon track we are racing. There is a deviation where people go into a top track, but it just seems to be more like a long-ass detour that is not actually making it any faster. Because they definitely have fallen way behind back there. Chicka Chicka Boom Boom's last message was !play. I think it's funny that they show you last message. We're starting to get into the end here where it's going to have like accelerators and stuff like that, so people can try and catch up. We've only lost one marble so far, and I missed who it was. You probably saw it though, so R.I.P.
ASB Bunny says name equals horny-ish.
Pretty good.
And that they want to order the badges, but shipping to Australia is $20. Let me take a look at that, because it should be less than 20. It should be like $15. But let me take a look at it and figure that out. It's just expensive to ship from the US to Australia, because a package is like $16 to ship.
This is where the race gets really weird, because everyone just starts floating around for some reason. And if you can make it through this doorway faster, you can make it through this door without like hitting the top of it, I think you wind up getting like a little bit of a boost like Ares 22 just did. I think Ares 22 is now in the lead. Let's see. Yep. Ares 22 is now in the lead. Such a weird track. The end is just weird because you're just all floating around and no one knows what the hell is going on.
Well, I think the candles show you where the corners are.
Yeah, the corners, but like where's the rest of the track? You know, like probably going that way. Yes, we're going that way, but like how can you overtake someone when they're in the lead? Is Ares 22 just guaranteed to win now? Like, is there a way that you can fall out of this track so you can take the lead? It just seems like everyone's like going single file. It's weird, that's all I'm saying.
You're weird. We're all weird. It's the Scariest Podcast.
Never mind,
Hello.
Here comes Eric W1 to take over the lead. And again, not sure how, but they did.
He's bouncing.
Ares 22 has taken it back. And I believe Ares 22, congratulations, you have won in 4 minutes and 8 seconds, taking the record for the Spooky Friends, the fastest one to ever finish Haunted Hills. And we'll just wait for everyone to just trickle in. You have 1 minute and 15 seconds. Matt Sakurai says, Adam, it feels like you're behind my marble yelling, you suck. It is a true story. Me and Matt used to hang out a lot before I moved, and I had this big-ass rocking chair, and I set it in the middle of my living room because I had this TV that I would sit in front of to play video games. Matt came over one night, and he was playing MLB The Show, and anyone who's ever played MLB The Show knows that game is really fucking hard when you do, like, create a character. Winner, Eris 22. Congratulations. One more time.
Chicka Chicka Boom Boom says, Garder Merbers.
You only collected 9 points for that win. I don't understand that and why, like, 10 was the last one. You're up to 9. Lunabin's up to 8. Eric jumps up to 16 on the season. M. Meadows is up to 12, along with Mondo Alba. Robin's still sitting at 11. The rest of us plebs.
Aries 22, email us, storytime@scarish.com. Let us know what sticker design you would like, and we can package that up and mail it to you. Oh, we also need your mailing address, so
Indeed.
Put all those in that email.
So Matt's sitting in front of me playing the show. He's having a rough go of it. The game is being a pain in the ass. And I was sitting on my couch, and he's in the rocking chair in front of me, and I'm watching, and every time he does something badly, I'm kicking the rocking chair really hard and yelling, boo, you suck, the whole time. So I was definitely that friend who made sure he had the support he needed during the trying times that are video games.
So rude. All right. Cool. So thank you, everybody who joined us for Marbles and the podcast in general.
All right. We are back to our normal viewing setup. Gonna set down that keyboard and launch into this outro for the night. So thank you one more time. Let me just set that down. I'm just going to clank around here for a second. Got to mark it too. What am I doing? I'm all over the goddamn place right now.
Clank.
So thank
Clank,
you to
clank.
Bethany Goldenson. Oh my God, I love Robin's voice. Is that weird? No. No, it's
Aw.
not. I do too.
You're so nice.
So thank you to everyone who sent us a story this evening. I guess it's not evening depending on when you're listening to it, but for us it's evening. For Storytime, it's amazing to get these homegrown horrors from you wonderful folks. And if you have a story you would like to share with us, please email storytime@scarish.com. You can also go to our website, scarish.com. My hair's a fucking mess and Robin's trying to fix it for me right now. But you can go to scarish.com and click on Contact Us. Fill out that form. It comes directly to us. A lot of you folks do that. It works perfectly, and we appreciate you for it. You can hit us up on any of our social medias. We have Facebook, which is facebook.com/scarishpodcast. Message us there. You can tweet at us or message us directly on Twitter @scarishpod, or message us on Instagram, which a lot of folks do as well. That is @scarishpodcast. And yeah, we love it when we get to read your stories. So make sure you send them. If you've been saving a story, send it. Now is the time. If you have a friend that's holding on to a story, strangle them until they write it to us. Don't actually cause any physical violence, but just tell them we would really like to hear it, and we would really like to read it on the show, and then they can listen to us read their story, which is actually
it's really
exciting.
Yeah. We just want to hope everybody has a great Valentine's Day, and that you guys have great times. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Storytime.
Thank you all so very much. For folks who would like to donate to us monetarily, Robin, how can they do so?
You guys can go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast. Those are monthly donations, and we have a whole bunch of different tiers, range from $1 and up. Those are where you can get ad-free episodes, things like that. What are you doing? You totally look like Matt Smith when he dances at Amy and Rory's wedding. Rory, is that his name?
Rory is his name.
Yeah, where he danced like that.
Trying to fix my hair over here.
Anyway, yeah, so those are monthly donations. Take a look at it. There's discount codes on there for our Etsy shop. Periodically, I'll put stuff up for the Teespring, stuff like that. You can also go to ko-fi.com/scarishpodcast, and those are one-time donations. All those donations help us upgrade our studio setup. There are links to all of these things on our website. Check out our website. I just posted a new thing on there, I'm pretty sure. So go take a look.
Indeed. Thank you so much for all the support you folks have given us over the years. It's been amazing to read your stories, and we want to keep doing it, so keep sending them our way. I think that's just about everything we have for Storytime number 105. So Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Beep.